Yo, what's good? Welcome to another episode of the Larry Ohh Show. Got my co-host to the left of me, as always.
What's going on, y'all? It's John Phelps, a.k.a. Johnny Nautica.
And I'm Larry Ohh, a.k.a. Larry two times, because I say everything two times.
You get me, you get me.
This is an FL Studio podcast where we talk about everything FL and music production related. Every single week, we do a massive giveaway. We give away every single one of my courses from youhelpme.com. All you got to do to enter is drop the keyword or the key phrase here in the comment section on YouTube, and you're entered every single week. We give them to 5 people in the comments. We also pin the comments on YouTube.
Yeah,
Let's
run
hop right
over to
into it.
YouTube, drop a comment. We got some stuff we want to talk about today.
Yeah, today we got something cool, something different, something that I don't normally do too often. I don't think we do it that often, but I saw a bunch of things online about AI this, AI that. Although like we have our
Some controversies, maybe.
yeah, but we have like a good outlook on AI. But something really kind of like, I don't know, sparked an idea in my mind and like kind of like triggered me in a way. And it's triggering a lot of the producer community as well. So the CEO of Suno, if you're not familiar with Suno, it's an AI platform that creates like almost like pretty much everything there is to create about like a song. So it can create the music, vocals, like chord progressions, you name it. They got sued sort of recently because come to find out, they were training their AI with copyrighted songs, and people found out. So they're like, "Yo, you're training your AI with our songs and our masters. You can't do that."
Didn't see that coming.
So
There's no way I could have seen this coming.
Right? So you can't. That was like right out the gate. Suno started getting some bad press because of that. Right. The next thing that I started hearing was the CEO just came out recently, and come to find out this 10 days ago came out like in an interview with somebody. And he's going in and saying that, I mean, I'll just let it speak for itself.
Yeah.
You gotta like let's just react to it.
Something tells me this is gonna be nuts.
Yeah, like just what? Like just listen to what this guy says. This is him. This is the CEO of Suno.
Okay.
And I this is the timestamp. It's
already off to an interesting start.
Yeah, so let's hear it.
People. When we think about the future of music then, how does that look? Because you have existing players today, your Spotify's most namely of the world. How does that look in your ideal world?
There's a few different ways. I'll tell you what I hope it is, which is that there are a lot more people participating and there are a lot more experiences on tap. And so what does that mean? That means
What does that mean? What does that mean? See, that's my thing with these dudes is like they always got a corporate ass way of saying.
Wait until you hear. Wait, that's nothing. Listen to this.
Build,
This
let's
is
say,
crazy.
a company that makes the current crop of creators 10% faster or makes it 10% easier to make music.
I understand this part. I understand where he's coming from on this. Like, let's get faster, let's get better, but let's also understand that's always been my outlook on AI. Like, what can help us get to that point a little bit faster without ruining the whole creativity process, right?
But wait.
There's more.
If you want to impact the way 1 billion people experience music, you have to build something for 1 billion people.
I agree.
And so that is first and foremost giving everybody the joys of creating music. And this is a huge departure from how it is now. It's not really enjoyable to make music now.
What did you just say?
What?
What did he just say?
No, see, this is all right. The thing is about AI, right? It can be definitely used for some positive shit, but this dude is just a maniac. Like all he sees is like dollars and cents. And he understands probably like some element of like coding or whatever. Yeah. And he's being like, oh, you have to sit in a desk and you have to do all this. And it's so painful. It's
You
so
can tell
annoying.
he's never made music in his life.
He doesn't make music.
There's no way he makes music because he wouldn't have that outlook. This guy kind of, by the way, this podcast, this show is dope. I don't know what the name of the interviewer is, but it's 20VC. Credit goes to him because, I mean, he's standing on his business.
People
This is just
enjoy
what
it.
happens. Yeah, right.
Listen,
Did you say that?
It takes
he says, what do you mean by that guy?
a lot of time. It takes a lot of practice. You need to get really good at an instrument or really good at a piece of production software. I think the majority of people don't enjoy the majority of the time they spend making music.
You don't understand anything about anybody if you think
right,
that.
buddy. He doesn't understand anything about music production.
There's no way.
Because here's the thing, right? The way that people will like you only do it because you love it.
Yeah.
You only
you
do
love
it
the
because you love
process.
it. Yeah, like you wouldn't. People that are successful in music don't hate making music.
No,
and they make music that billions of people enjoy because they enjoy it in their house.
That's
and
why
they enjoy it in their friend group.
Yep.
And what this dude's failing to see is he's like, well, I mean, my programmer tells me that there's an algorithmic change in chords, and if we can implement that into our AI software, then it's just objectively good. And so that way, billions of people, it's like, no, billions of people can see it in a commercial. It's basically like Sumo is probably really good at making like very palatable, easygoing music, whereas like most of what's interesting about music comes from like people hooking up some janky software or like hardware or whatever and like not doing something correct and then being like, whoa, that shuffle is crazy though.
Yeah.
Like this guy he's never been in that situation. So
there's
he don't
no
know.
emotion behind it. And I don't think that like, and we were just talking about it before we started recording too, like just talking about AI in general. I am all for AI tools and just tools in general that can help you create a little bit faster, help you learn the process a little bit more, teach you something at the same time. But when you come at it from this perspective, it seems like, you know, he's just looking to completely take over the whole music creation process.
Yes.
Like in general, he's just trying to take the whole thing over, and he's getting a lot of backlash for this because he clearly doesn't understand a musician mindset, a producer mindset. He doesn't understand why people make music. He's just looking at it from a perspective of the listener, right? Which, granted, there's more listeners than there are creators of music, 100%. I get that. So you're looking at it from a bigger picture of like, we can get more people to make music that more people will enjoy kind of thing, and we'll make a bunch of money in the process. But what he fails to realize is there's not going to be, I don't care what AI does, because the only way you're going to get it to act like a human is if you train it from humans and other people's platforms and other people's music and copyrighted material like they haven't already gotten sued for. So then there goes that out the window. You know what I'm saying? Now they can't do that. So what are you going to do then to train it to act like a human? How are you going to train it to act like a real human and have human emotions? I don't think you can really.
Right. I mean, what it's going to come from is people uploading their stems to Suno.
Yeah.
And then that being their source material. So they're just probably relying on like this amount of drum loops coming in every day, this amount of chord progressions, this amount of vocal stems, and then being like, well, you uploaded it, so we can use it as source material to make our AI better.
Yeah.
And honestly, I would run far away from this shit because it just doesn't, like Merc was telling us off camera, our producer, he's like, I tried using it, and what he noticed was that he puts the stems in, but what he gets back is like a baked in version of a song that Suno provides. So it's not even releasing to you the elements that it puts into your, like into the song. Because you ain't got access to that big dog. Like you didn't sign off for this.
This guy has a really good outlook on it.
Do you not think that's like running? It is hard to run. It is painful to run. You don't particularly enjoy it, but you love running. And you get good at it, and you get better at it, and you speak to the runners, and they love running.
Most people drop out of that pursuit because it was hard. And so I think that the people that you know that run, this is a highly biased selection of the population that fell in love with it.
I'm jumping back and forth, but you know, we talked about kind of the training, and you said training on copyrighted music. At what point can you train on Suno music? Because you have such a library now. When can AI train on AI?
Huge open question for
on his part with the runner thing. I mean, I get it. I get where he's coming from with it. But I think it's different. I think the passion for creating music is way different than it is for somebody that wants to run. Maybe there's a handful of people that say, I can't live without running. Like they can't live without making music. But I mean, for the most part, people create music for the love of making music because 99% of the time, nobody makes it in music. You get what I'm saying?
I'd say the analogy is decent too, though. I mean, like, I think that the CEO is kind of like not, once again, like not tapping into like the human aspect, which is funny that his whole pursuit is trying to like naturalize and humanize his product, and he's so removed from like what being a human is.
Like, how is that an argument?
Who would ever enjoy this music making?
Who's gonna make music? Who's gonna go into Suno and try to make music with it? Who? What's your demographic there?
Right.
Who's your demographic?
I would go like this. I might use it if I had it installed via like a DAW, and I was just like sitting down to make commercial music, and like I need to make like 5 demos and the guy's only giving me like fucking $500, so I'm gonna take an afternoon to do it. You know what I mean? Like that would be how I would use Suno and just be like,
Yeah.
but even that, it's
Even
not,
that, like it takes the process out of it. Sometimes like you might take that $500 and it might you might say like, damn, I trashed like three projects working on this. I'm getting underpaid right now, but I love this process. I'm gonna work it until it's good, and until I feel good about it.
Even then, it's not. It's just like I don't see myself like using this kind of shit because it's not like useful to me.
My point is like
totally off the mark.
What's Suno's demographic, right? It's people that make music. So now you're just like almost slapping everybody in the face that makes music and saying, you don't like making music. Who the fuck are you to say I don't like making music? I love making music. I could tell you that the large, vast majority, if not every single person that makes music, enjoys the process of making music.
Yeah.
Do they want to understand it faster? Do they want to go through that learning curve a little bit faster? Do they want to create a chord progression faster? Yes, 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 yes.
Mm-hmm. I could see the demographic of Suno being something like people that are not music makers but need music for stuff that they're doing.
That's I would say maybe yes, but at the same time, look at who they're getting to influence the products.
Yeah,
they're getting other producers to influence the product.
It's a mismatch. It's a total mismatch.
So if that's the case, then you should gear your marketing towards people that never made music in their life and tell them why they need to start making music.
Yeah.
But they're not doing that. They're gearing it towards music producers, people that create music already, and they're getting guys like Timbaland, that's another story, to influence the product. I mean, Timbaland, you know, he endorses the product, but at the same time, he's there was an interview, I think, with and by the way, Timbaland's my favorite producer of all time. But I mean, let's just be real, there's like some controversy around his name recently because of this and some other things, but there was a Producer Grind interview, and shout out to DJ Payne One because I saw his video on this subject too, and I just had to put my 2 cents in. Shout out DJ Payne One, Producer Grind interview with Timbaland and I believe TB over there, and Timbaland was saying that if I could find the clip fast, I would, but I got to dig for it. Timbaland says, I used to get 300K a beat, 500K a beat, and TB is like, what happened? How come you don't get that anymore? How come producers don't get that anymore? And Timbaland goes, because you all producers, I'm paraphrasing, but all you producers are watering down the craft and devaluing the product. But then contradicts himself in a sense because then it promotes a product like Suno, which takes that entire which is the definition of devaluing the producer's product.
I think like Timbaland's always seemed like he's been at the forefront of music technology, and I think that maybe it's made him a bit, like, if I could say, like, jaded.
Yeah.
In that he's been there for so long and he's seen so much of it that he's aware of like where the industry is going in a lot of these capacities. I still think that he loves like those songs that he made all those years ago.
Oh, of course.
And he still has passion for the music.
Yeah.
But I think that maybe he's a bit like tapped out in terms of just like, yeah, bro, they ain't paying us for beats like they used to type shit. And he's right in a sense that there's all these technologies that teeter-totter on like, is it helpful or is it hurting the producer community to have? Because if you can type in like a chord progression or like the vibe that you want a beat to have, and then you run with that, like a lot of people will misconstrue that as like real musicianship and like good music because it sounds like music to them.
Yeah.
As opposed to like when you heard The Way I Are.
Yeah.
Or like just like any Timbaland beat where like the shuffle was a bit off because of something in the hardware lining up in real time and how that interacted to create something. Now, when you try to do too much in the software and the AI and shit, AI is not going to be like able to replicate anything close to any like Missy Elliott beats or any Aaliyah beats, like anything like that. You know what I mean? So, he's right in the sense that some of the music production stuff has been so watered down that like civilians like these dudes will just be like, well, this is just good, right? You know what I mean?
People just see, using Suno as an example, people just see an opportunity to make a ton of money and they jump at it.
Yeah.
But my big thing is like
the soul doesn't come from that shit.
When you're trying to market something, and then you basically slap all the people in that demographic in the face.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me. That's like, that's, I don't know, that's just not good business. And that's kind of like outlandish to say that type of stuff to me.
They should sell like whatever they got that's salvageable to someone better.
Yeah. Let's see what else he's got to say.
The training, and you said training on copyrighted music. At what point can you train on Suno music? Because you have such a library now. When can AI train on AI?
Huge open question for how do you do this in a way that doesn't impart just massive bias into models. We work on it a little bit. I think the bigger players are hitting data walls and are more.
You hear why he's saying that too? Because he knows now they got sued for that. He probably doesn't want to bring that up. Maybe he does in this interview, but not right here. They got sued for training the AI on music that's out there in the world, and they got caught for it. So now he's like, all right, so now you have so much music on your platform that's been made with your platform. Now let's train your platform to make music off the music that your platform made. That's what kind of Inception type shit is that? Because now the music that kind of sucked to begin with, you're going to train it on it. That's crazy.
Yeah.
More actively working on it. And like everything else, it's really nice to have the big players solve a lot of the really thorny problems for you, and you can kind of focus on your competitive advantage. So I'm hoping somebody solves that problem, and it's not us.
When we spoke before, you said that it's not good to have two worlds, like AI music and like normal music. So what does that look like, and what does that look like from a customer experience? I said to you before, like, why isn't Spotify just blended into the app, and then you have both in one home?
Yeah, I think it would just, from a customer perspective, at the very least, it would just be a bummer if I had to go to two different places. I don't know if there's any content. You use Spotify. I don't know if there's any content that you know about that doesn't exist on Spotify that you're looking for. But it's a huge pain in the butt to go to another app to go find it. So
There's some audiobooks which aren't there yet. I just go, fuck it, I'll wait till they're there.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
that's true.
Yeah, I know mad songs on SoundCloud that aren't on Spotify.
Yeah.
And that's just like mixes by like kids in their room. You know what I mean? So I think that he just doesn't know about that entire world.
Yeah.
So.
But he was, I think, getting to is like, when you're on Spotify and it doesn't have something that you want, do you go looking for it elsewhere? Most of the time, like if you're on, for me, no. Like I agree with the host on here. He's like, yeah, if I'm on Spotify and it doesn't have an audiobook that I wanted or searched for, he's like, fuck it, I'm just not even gonna, I'm not gonna go looking for it. I don't have time for it. So I get that aspect.
I guess with audiobooks that makes sense, but I find music on TikTok and Reels all the time where I'll find like it'll be like a mashup or something like that, and it won't be on Spotify for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
But it'll be on SoundCloud.
Right.
So it's like how small the creator is and the the intellectual property.
Yep.
Well, I like that this dude at least pushed back a little bit. I mean,
because that's
this guy just seems like a nut. Like you
can just tell he's a money grabber, and he's just an app developer and a software developer, and he's looking in a field that he can make a ton of money on with his company.
It would be like if I wanted to open like a tailor, like a garment tailor shop, and someone was trying to convince me that I need like one little old woman to like sew for me, and it's like, but I could have a few people that are running machines for me. And people being like, "Oh no," but it's like the craft of selling, and you're right, or like tailoring and sewing and all that. They're right to a degree, but if I'm just trying to make money out of this bitch, then I gotta have like some machines. You know, what I mean, why wouldn't I have mechanical racks to like find people's garments?
Yep. So this, I've seen some of her content here.
Okay, I like it.
Top music attorney. Her name is on here. I don't know her full name, but she has some really good music. Music like legality stuff, legal music stuff, questions, people that advice in that whole aspect. So she's dope. And I was going through the timestamps, giving feedback to Suno, limited liability termination. I'm gonna click on one of these things right to terminate. She just breaks apart Suno exposed terms of service. That's another thing. Just imagine the terms of service that are behind this thing, what they want to own on top of it. So they're not only, they're going to be worse than the worst record label you could find out there.
Yeah.
Never mind what they're doing already.
That's a good point. That's what people should remember is that like the music industry for a long time has been notorious for bad deals for artists and musicians. And when you're talking about like who these artists and musicians are, you're obviously like, oh yeah, Michael Jackson had a terrible label and stuff like that. But now you just got like Joe Schmo in his bedroom got a terrible label situation where he made all this music and he gets no credit for it. And it's in the Geico commercial.
Yeah.
Type shit.
Yep.
You're not even famous.
So for first time we see a mention about commercial use because we care. How can you use the stuff that you create on Suno? Subject to the content section below, unless otherwise expressly authorized herein or in the service, you agree not to display, distribute, license, perform, publish, reproduce, duplicate, copy, derivative works from, modify, sell. Okay, so basically you agree not to do any of the above things in regards to the service itself. That's okay. No one owns the Suno service. That's what it's saying. But then it goes on and it says, and any output. So for me, I just total breaks on that. Because remember, we were just back here. I was like, hey team, remember, they define output as anything that you create on the platform.
Suno is a intellectual property aggregate. So people are submitting their intellectual property and it's just compiling it all into their internal thing. It's aggregating all this shit to produce things, and then you retain no. That's wow.
So essentially, they're saying like
I gotta
anything
follow
that you create
this chick on YouTube.
Yeah,
this
she's
is
really
incredible.
good. Yeah, you should. She's really good.
So I go, either Suno is saying that everything that you make cannot be used in any commercial way. So meaning you can't put it on any music platforms, which would be no good, right? That would defeat the whole point for a lot of users of Suno. So that is what it says. But I'm like, maybe that's a typo because that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. If you are someone that is needing help in the music business.
No, that's her ad.
A little ad break right here.
Yep.
Yo, good stuff. Like, read the terms and services because I signed up for that Red Note the other day and I have a feeling my intellectual property is gone. I think all my shit is.
Bro, I mean, that was another topic that I wanted to bring up. How crazy is I mean, this is so fresh and so new, but how crazy is the whole TikTok ban? 14 hours they were down, back up again. Trump gets in there. He's like working overnight. He's like, get it back up there right now. So now they're working out a deal. I heard that a bunch of people are going to, I mean, this is huge for music, you know, because so many artists, let alone, all right, so this is a music producer podcast. We'll stick on that subject. So not even mentioning the millions of creators that don't do music that make a living off of TikTok. Think about the artists, the producers, the musicians that finally found something that they could make a living with off of their craft. TikTok. That created probably a couple million full-time creators off of the platform. I've found so many creators, so many artists and producers because of TikTok. Whereas with these other platforms, it was way harder because I feel like people are just inspired by the creativity that happens on TikTok. So for that ban to happen, to go into play is crazy for everybody, especially musicians, because a lot of musicians finally found something that worked for them, that they could create something, have a platform, and essentially make a living off of their craft with, and it just boom, it's gone like that. Which I don't know, it's nuts to me, but it's back and it's probably gonna get bought up by somebody in the US, whether it be, bro, there's names that are going around. Elon Musk is willing to throw his hat in there. Who else? Kevin O'Leary from the Shark Tank.
We talked about this last week. That dude, you know.
And then now I'm hearing, and I just saw a video. He at least
seems to, what I fuck with Kevin O'Leary about is that he at least seems to love music.
He does.
Unlike that CEO.
Yeah, no, he does. He loves money and he loves music. You can tell that's his hobby. He loves I follow him, so it's like I see a lot of stuff that he does.
He's just jamming in the penthouse on his bass.
The stuff that he does where he's on an interview at like CNN or Fox News, and you just see him from the top half, but then he also has a video that shows him from like widescreen, and he's wearing shorts and flip flops underneath, but he's got like a suit jacket and like tie on up top, and he's just like got like Hawaiian shorts on and flip flops.
He's ready to peace out.
He's funny too, but yeah, his hat's in there to buy TikTok. He said I got 20 billion on it.
Oh shit!
And then, but I don't even think that's gonna be enough. If he goes in with other people, maybe Elon Musk there was numbers going around that they wanted 50 billion. Now Mr. Beast is in on there. He was just
shit.
I don't know because of his like shenanigans if he's 100% honest or he's just creating his next YouTube video. I have no idea, but on Instagram he put a video up and says you know, you can see he's on his jet and he says that he's going to a meeting to put an official offer in on TikTok as well. So somebody over here is going to be buying up the US operations sides of the platform. Interesting to see. I think
Did CapCut come back?
I don't know if CapCut came back yet. Merc, did CapCut come back yet? No. So
It's still
TikTok's
down?
back.
Oh my God.
But CapCut isn't.
I
That's
need
getting
that
that's
CapCut.
getting pushed to the side because the biggest focus right now is TikTok.
TikTok.
They want, let's get TikTok up, running, and get that thing.
Hate that. I love CapCut.
Yeah,
CapCut with them effects and them transitions is fire.
They made it so easy to use. It's just it made it very easy for.
I've been using it on a VPN though. That's been my workaround. I've been using it on a VPN.
Then you should still be able to use it maybe.
TikTok it didn't work, but CapCut I got around
With a VPN?
to. Yeah.
Yeah. You should be able to use some stuff like that. I know there's a lot of platforms that are banned in other countries. They use the VPN.
Yeah.
But
CapCut rules. Shouts out CapCut.
yeah, CapCut's dope. So big news in the music production world as far as AI goes.
Yeah.
Banned apps.
Well,
people
listen,
getting
don't fuck with Suno. That's what I would say. If you want,
Yeah, I don't
if
know
anybody
about that.
wants a random dude on a podcast's opinion, don't fuck with Suno. You'll regret it, or you'll just be like, "Oh, I tried that out and it sucked, and I'm not going to use it anymore." You know, that's the best case scenario. The worst case is you make some.
My
hits.
argument is like I'm all for people creating things, whatever, if they help in some way, shape, or form. But my thing is when your main demographic, I'll say it again, your main demographic is people that create music, and you're saying you don't like to create music, use my platform so you don't have to hate making music anymore, kind of thing. Like what the fuck? What are you saying, guy? That's
stupid.
That's insanity to me. But I mean, long story short, that's kind of crazy. Drop your own opinions down in the comments. I think it's time for the key phrase today. It's not going to be what we've been talking about the last little bit because I don't want to give that any promotion. But today's keyword is
Socks.
socks. There you go. I was just waiting for somebody to say something random. Socks. Today's keyword is socks. If you made it this far into the podcast and you hear the keyword socks, drop it down in the comment section. 5 people will be entered to win every single one of my music production courses from youhelpme.com. Also, I wanted to mention that I'll be at NAMM. So if anybody's going to be at NAMM this week, by the time this drops, it'll be Thursday. I'll be at NAMM. So if you're seeing this, I'm here at NAMM. I'm here at the same time. So I'll be at NAMM doing some cool stuff with FL Studio, a couple of the brand's engineers, Ali, Audio Box, Drummer Boy doing a guest beat battle with them and judging. It's going to be dope.
Hell yeah.
So, yeah, that being said,
We got the FL Studio pulled up. What's poppin'?
You want to drop something?
Sure, man.
I mean, let's do a little mini cook up.
Yeah. Let's do something, man.
You want me to start?
Sure. Yeah.
The last time we did this, we started with drums. Let me start with a melody. I don't even know. I saw this thing, I think, from Illmind, and now I want to do it. And it's just one of those things where random things will inspire you to create. He posted in his story and was like, yo, if you want your 808, I forgot how he worded it, but if you want it to guaranteed almost hit hard, just do one chord. Not like a chord progression type of thing. I find that to be true because a lot of times I'm looking for a specific like slap, and the other day I had a progression and I just took the progression out and just left that one chord in there. But then you can add stuff on top of it. But
Okay.
I don't know. I might want to try something like that. Let's see. I'm just gonna go into
Give it a shot.
the keys, tempo. What are we doing?
I like real time 76.
76. Boom.
I'm different.
Actually, let's not go with that. Let's go with flex. Flex is my
Come on, bread and butter.
yeah. I don't know if I have all the packs in here on this one. I don't, but we'll find something. Hyper pop. Sometimes on the spot stuff like this is dope because I don't want to take long, so I'm forced to create faster, and in return, some dope shit comes out of it sometimes. Some
CEO
really whack stuff comes out of it sometimes, but sometimes good stuff comes out of it.
The CEO of Suno could never comprehend.
I hate this process. I can't stand making music.
Why would I even do this?
Who the hell in their right mind would ever want to make music? You are
Fucking what a Grinch, dude.
the scum of the earth make music. This guy. What a jerk.
Dude, just dumbass.
All right, stretch.
Okay.
You know, some weird stuff. You get that stretch aspect to it. All right, where's gross beat at? I want gross beat. This list, I don't like this list. I want the simple. I think it's the simple, right? Yeah. Here we go. I hate that list.
Bro. Fuck with the momentary.
That's what I'm on, I think. Really? I think so. There was one that I was looking for. It was just a quick stop, I think. It wasn't like a... Oh, I know.
Oh, it's default and it's basic 9, I think.
Yeah.
That's that world class. Or maybe it's not. It's
Patterns.
9. That one.
This one. Bring that time knob back. Dun. What key was that? I forget what I had that on. F?
Dunkin' Donuts type beat. I fuck with this.
Something weird, right?
Let me put some drums on this shit.
Yeah, you want to go in from here?
Yeah, yup.
I want to try going on a chord with this real quick.
Oh, I like that one. That one was cool.
Ooh. All right.
Hell yes. Alright, let's see what we got going on here. Try and not yoink Larry off the...
Yeah, I'll get a little closer.
Alright, so here we are. We're in. And one thing I always look around in... What do we got? We got drums here.
If you want to find some different ones that aren't stock, I would go to Cloud.
Some drums.
Yeah, if you want to.
This is the Cloud here. Hat.
Yep. You could just kind of pull them right into.
You just drag them into...
Yeah, you can just drag it right into the channel rack.
All right. Jump up in here. Oh, yeah, I forgot I have a mouse. there. A little bit of this. He had a hi-hat god. Just something real quick. I'm gonna find another hat that kind of got the same. You're doing too much. It's the same hat.
I don't know. Could be.
Could be. A little bit of this shit right here. Okay. And then I like to put a kick in. I like this kit. Whoever uploaded this shit kind of snapped.
Yeah, sometimes it just goes together. I just end up using stuff from the same kit because it was made together, you know? I wish I had Kobana's kit on here because I finally got into it, her kit yesterday, man.
Yeah.
Oof, that kit is crazy. I'm definitely going to be using that for a while. The drums
Shouts
hit
out
so
Kobana.
hard. Yeah, the drums hit so hard. Ooh. That first one that you hit, that one ain't bad. Something like that. Maybe turn the pitch down on that. On the reversed one. It's hard. See, like how random you can get,
For sure.
found that little ARP or whatever you want to call it inside Flex.
And this is my little bit of that fun shit for y'all. If you find yourselves needing, not that,
An empty mixer track.
an empty mixer track,
An empty sampler.
get that 3X going here. And I'll just I don't know if you don't have to do all this, but I do all this because that's what I like to do. You know what I'm saying? And then you said this shit was F.
I think, yeah, F. Yep.
F. And I don't know, this shit is just gonna add the little bit of high ass note right there. And then boom, 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 boom. That's probably good enough. I can't really hear it in these headphones per se.
Lower. You going for a sub bass feel? Mm-hmm. You gotta probably go lower. You know what I do sometimes in 3X for that? Go into it and drop that chorus knob on the first oscillator. And drop it all the way down so it automatically puts it down 2 more octaves so you don't have to go super, super low.
Ooh. Subtle.
Oh yeah.
I wonder if I can find one more little fun thing. So this is an F. So I wonder if I can go instrument and try crazy a vocal.
And then go to the key.
Where's that at?
Right there. It says key on the tab. And then hit F. It's probably minor. And then select minor. And then you'll find vocals that'll just... Some of them will just work. It's crazy, bro.
Right there.
That's what I'm saying. That's what... Bro, I'm like spoiled by FL Cloud. I'm like, how did I ever make beats without this? Ooh. Bro. Ooh, I got an idea for next episode. I got an idea, bro.
What you got? What
All right, this is just random. If you made it this far into the podcast episode, random idea. Let me know what you think. Also, John, you let me know. But what do you think about another episode coming up? We figure out how to record the mic in FL, like through here, while we're potting, and you record. We'll do like a recording session.
I'm with that.
You know what I mean?
That'd be sick.
Or we ask Merc to bring it into the main studio, and we just set up a couple of cameras in there and record that way.
That'd be bonkers.
Something different. Maybe the next episode or the episode after. It depends on what we got going on.
Full studio pod. Yeah, I like that.
I'm gonna add something real quick.
One last thing here, just because if you know us, you know how much we love audio. What I like about this is it adds like a little chord. But what I keep hearing is that in needs to kind of trim up, and I want to swell it. It's swelling my melon. You know what I'm saying? I want to go like this.
Yep.
And I want to go like that and let that shit go like this. Yeah.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I might not even add much more depending on what time we got left, but let's see.
Welcome to a special episode.
Yeah, this is like a 2-in-1 episode. We can almost turn this into 2 episodes.
Come on, man. We here.
Which I might do it.
He might just do it.
Because I'll be getting back from NAMM on Sunday. Oh no, we can make it one.
Look at that. I hate this process.
I can beat sauce.
20 minutes wasted. A half step might be crazy up.
Here.
That's the
Maybe
evil genius type beat.
that's like full of melodies. I think that's enough to go back and forth on a bunch, format it. Go.
When the drums go dry like that, it's so sick.
I just want one single 808. Can you get me an 808 here?
Right. Can you filter by one hit?
Oh, that's why. It was on vocals still. Let's just see if this works. Is this going to be in C right now? No, it says F. Let me trust it. Put it on F. We trust it. Ooh. Let me put it on a new one. Bam, bam. Bam, bam. Bam, bam. Bam. Boom.
Bam, bam. The shit I'm on you wouldn't understand.
Hey! All right, I got to cut itself. It has cut itself. I did that. Did I do that? I didn't even notice I did it. Kind of shit I'm on you wouldn't understand. Nope. I want a quarter.
Yeah.
Clicks and pops here, but I think it might be time to wrap it anyways, but let's get a little higher in this buffer.
Bruce Buffer.
It's a good back and forth, and then you can go. Then you could go crazy with the 808 fills.
The 808 with that swell, like just the 808 drums with the swell at the end. I want to hear that real quick, like the bass line and that swell. So like without the instruments on top. So just have like have the verse sound like just the drums with the 808 with the swell, and that's it. I want to hear how that would sound.
Like cutting it out where?
Oh, I think it. Just like mute all the instruments up top and then just keep that. Yeah. Oh, God, that's gas. That is gas.
You could do it with just this one, too.
Good God. That's so smooth. Yeah, you know. We hate this.
This sucks. Music sucks. That's what I'm naming it.
Yo.
AKA Suno's new catchphrase. Welcome to Suno, where you hate music. Where everybody hates music.
We hate music at Suno.
WeHateMusic.com.
Sue us, more like. Sue us.
Yeah, I think that's going to wrap it. Good little cook up right there towards the end of that.
Sure. With that.
Yeah, let's wrap it. If you want to plug anything, plug away.
Yeah, just, thanks for listening to the pod. If you're curious about what I be up to, I make music and all that stuff. ITS John Phelps on the gram and on TikTok. We still out here.
Oh, yep. We're back up.
We're back. We've been back.
We've been back.
We are so back.
Thank you guys for watching all the way to the end. If you haven't already, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and as always, share this with a friend if you get me.